Good evening, and welcome to a new. Good evening. Well, hello there. Thank you, Angela. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Shanette Johnson. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Shanette Johnson. I'm just waiting on my other host, Cornel, to give me a call. But I just want to let you guys know that our topic tonight we'll be talking about mental health. We know we're getting close to the holidays, which is we have Thanksgiving on Thursday, and a lot of people is trying to cope with um, getting through the holidays. Whether you lost a loved one, um, we're gonna talk to KC, who's currently incarcerated in Texas. He was giving me a little insight on how he was dealing with mental illness, and I can't wait for you guys to hear his story. Right now, um, I'm dealing. I I'm gonna be transparent right now. I really didn't want to come on tonight. I was trying to find an excuse not to do my show tonight because grief, it hits, and when it hits, it's unexpectedly. Don't nobody know when you're gonna go into that little moment. So before Cornell called me, I pulled this up on how to cope with grief. Let me get this because now Cornell is calling me, and then we'll get back to the what I was saying.
An inmate at Cornel Unit. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Please note, due to recent
We're going
federal
through a whole little
legislation,
change
some of our
now. They
services
got
may have
a whole
changed.
little spell
Please
they want to
visit
talk about. So
securouthealth.com
just bear
and
with
search
us.
FCC order for details. Thank you. To accept charges, press thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Okay, so we have Cornell on right now. I just want to go ahead and I just want to read this statement real quick. To cope with grief during the holidays, it is important to acknowledge your feeling, set realistic expectation, prioritize self-care, create new traditions that honor your loved ones, communicate your needs to others, and allow yourself to participate in activities that feel comfortable while also accepting that you may need to decline certain events or leave early if needed. Um, to tell you everything that I just read to you, I basically had did it. I had declined certain invitations. I had left birthday parties early, which was my grandson, because it was like a black cloud that was flying over me. And now that Thanksgiving is Thursday, Thanksgiving was Kyle's favorite holiday. And I can tell you, like, I can hear him saying, "Mama, what are you cooking? Are you gonna cook some dressing? Are you gonna do potato salad?" Because potato salad was one of his favorites, as well as sweet potato pie. And just to sit there and just to watch him eat how he enjoys his food, you know, and he would be frank. If he didn't like something, he'll let you know, "Hey, that didn't taste good." But he never said that about my cooking. Um, take care of yourself. Get up, do something, move around, even if it's going to buy a new outfit, you know, just take care of yourself, love on yourself, give yourself that time to reflect on special moments that you had with your loved one. And then smell the flowers. Do something that they will want you to do. Do something that will remember them. With Kyle, he always wanted to go to college, but I procrastinated in helping him get enrolled. So, in honor of my son, I enrolled into college. Yes, I am taking college classes. I'm going to Strayer University. My major is business with a minor in criminal justice. So I'm doing that in honoring of my son. I also decided he liked it to work out. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that I'm just um out there exercising, but I do I do it every now and then. And but the only thing that I don't do, when I walk out the house, I hear roosters crowing in the morning. And that boy will always crow like a rooster every morning. And it would just work my nerves. But I miss them things. And those are moments that I reflect on to get me through things. Reach out to loved ones, talk to loved ones. Don't hide your feelings. Let them know what you are going through at that moment and at that time. And to the family members, when you have someone that's grieving, that's going through that moment, let them vent to you, let them discuss to you, let them say what they're going through at that time, and let it get off my it'll pass. We may cry, we may just get silent, but just listen to us until we feel till we feel better. I made a statement to someone that I needed a mental day. I needed a mental day. I just wanted just to basically take care of myself that day, because I do so much for everybody and I forget about myself. I forget about myself a lot. But um I just needed a mental break. And that person laughed at me and was like, "What do you need a mental break?" Yes, I needed a mental break. And I felt like, like I shouldn't have said that to that person, or certain things I'm learning not to discuss with certain people because of the back of what they say to me, and it makes me angry, and then I isolate myself from people. Really, I love being around my sisters and my family. I love being around my family, but since this happened, I kind of isolate myself from them, and I hate that I do, because it's taken me a while to get back to where I was. I won't be the Shanette that I was last year because I'm going through something. So just bear with me. Also, you see that I'm getting ready to write a book, and I will give you guys more details on that because I do have Cornel and my guests on there, and I know that time is money, money is time. Welcome, Cornel. How are you doing this evening?
Okay, hello.
How are you?
Ma'am, I'm doing great tonight. How are you?
I am doing good. I just had a mental moment earlier, but
Okay.
I'm doing better. You know, I'm doing better. I appreciate that you called and you checked up on me throughout today. I talked to Angela, talked to a few family members and stuff, but I'm doing
Okay.
much better right now. So go ahead and introduce yourself and so we can bring our special guests on this evening.
Okay, my name is Mr. Cornel Jones. I am a co-host of Let's Talk About It, and I am an incarcerated individual for 34 years here in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Constitutional Division. And I am proud to be here, and thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity to be on your show, man.
Well, you're welcome. It is our show. It's just not mine, you know. You
Okay.
guys, we got a surprise for you. We're gonna do something when we come back in 2025. We doing a whole new thing. And but right now it's in the works, so we're not gonna let the cat out the bag just yet. So who you have for us this evening, Cornel?
Well, ma'am, I have a very, very special guest. His name is Mr. Casey Woodard, and he's a very, very powerful and influential individual here in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Constitutional Division. And I have him on tonight. He would like to speak tonight regarding mental illnesses and depression and stuff like that, man. So if you would, and allow him to introduce himself, and this will be great for you.
Yes.
How you doing?
I
My name is
am
Casey
do
Woodard.
I'm
I'm
doing
currently
good.
incarcerated in Texas, right? Yeah, and currently incarcerated in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I have a lot of experience talking to individuals going through grief and trauma, and I'm an advocate in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice system for other inmates that's going through situations that they need outside help that they don't know how to fight for themselves.
Wow. So, you know, we just had a brief conversation probably no less than 15 minutes ago. I wanted you to if you don't mind, let's talk about what you was just telling me about. Let's start from the beginning. You know, let's bring everybody up to speed.
Um, at this particular time and moment that there's a rapid epidemic of suicide in prison, especially during the holiday season, especially more so right now. We've had 4 individuals that killed themselves. 2 of them I knew. And the point of being in that point of depression where you feel like that you can't go to anyone or talk to anyone, you got to realize prison lacks empathy and sympathy for other human beings. And with that lack of consideration or men can be hard on other men, especially black men can be hard on other black men because they feel like that uh, we have a certain standard that we have to meet as being who we are, especially being in prison, and not there's no respect of boundaries or what are you going through because that's a point of weakness that they see in someone going through an issue. Uh, I have no, let's say, I'm hard on other individuals that attack people when they're down.
Right.
I can defend myself, and I have the capability of defending others. So a lot of people come to me in safety because they feel secure talking to me because I allow them to relieve themselves and purge themselves of whatever negative they have going on the side of them. You got to be able to listen to individuals. You got to let them. You got to let them get whatever they have going inside of them out. And
Yeah.
you have to be a person that can listen. And then if they want advice, you have to be able to understand what kind of advice that you can give to an individual that are going through a certain type of situation. Like I briefly heard a bit about what you was going through, how it's hard on you. My condolences are really upon you for your loss. And I understand about situations like that. I lost a son myself. And it's hard going through the holidays when you don't have that individual there, that presence.
Right.
That it's like somebody snatched they snatch something out of your heart. And a lot of people, they feel like that, okay, it'll be a couple of months, it'll be a couple of days, and should be all right, should be back to self, but it's not. That's a lifetime absence of that presence that's a part of you. And that's, and that you can't replace that. You can't, you can't replace the laughter. You can't replace the smiles. You can't replace the conversations. You can't replace the bond that a parent has to a child. So I understand and I sympathize with you, but it takes time. And a
Yes.
lot of people try to rush you through your experience. You can't rush me through what I'm going through because only God is going to allow me to strengthen, to heal, and to be able to survive this. Because it's a survival mode right now, and you got to learn how to adapt and to overcome. And this is something that only time will tell us when it's going to be for you to be able to go through what you're going through. This is your experience. No matter how people or somebody else may feel about it, they're not you.
Let
They
me
can't experience what you experience.
right. Let me jump in right quick. You said that you had lost a child. Um,
Yeah.
was it while you was incarcerated or before you was incarcerated?
While I was incarcerated during COVID,
How did you cope with that? How did you deal with the loss of a child while being incarcerated?
it's it's an experience. You gotta just pray. You gotta. I indulge myself in scripture, and I allow God to heal my heart from the loss and the experience. And then I meditate. I meditate on the word. I try to exercise that in my life, and I just try to just remember things that I do that I've seen about my son that I like, and then I laugh about things that shared when I had the opportunity to do that. It's just it's an absence, and it's a vacancy that's there because there's a lot of things that I would never be able to experience with him. And when you're incarcerated, it's more difficult because I feel like that uh, you don't see yourself burying your child or seeing your
Mm-mm.
child passing. You see yourself that okay, my child will see me gone before I see him. But when it's reversed, it's like that's part of a legacy that just got taken away.
Right.
There's there's nothing replaced what the future of that would have been, and it was due to COVID that happened. And COVID took them.
Well, my condolences to you. Also, I just wanted to say, you said that during the holidays that suicide is up inside the prison. Well, I have the statistics. It says between 2000 and 2021, there has been 29 to 711 reported suicides during 91 91 and 2 million people years ago. I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but the statistics is up. It also saying that that it's common for around holiday seasons that people do in prison do commit suicide. Um, do they have any like counseling, like therapists in there to talk to the men during this time?
I mean, they have therapists like me for myself. I go talk to someone when I'm going through an issue. Like the holiday is the issue for me, and because I caught my case around this time during Thanksgiving holiday. So it's more so I have a reoccurrence of the event that happened with me, and that in itself, when I see myself in here, and then I had to learn how to bring myself back, and it was a difficult state because I had suicide on my mind. I tried to do suicide by cop when I caught my case, uh, and the whole I relived the event because I'm just gonna be straight with you. My stepson and his friends, they Crips, they in the game. I was at work at the airport, and me being at the airport, me and my wife was cheating on me, so it went through a thing. The guy she was cheating on me with put chip in my truck, messed my truck up. Me and her get to an argument when I get home. My son come with three of his friends. They pull guns on me. I ended up having to shoot my stepson and his friend. I didn't kill anyone or anything like that, but my stepson pulled a 9 millimeter and told me he's gonna kill me, he's gonna shoot me. You know, that's a traumatic experience for me to have to shoot my stepson because I love him. And have to shoot his friend. I pausing that because you at my house and you putting a gun on me in my house. So that experience right there is different for me. But have to shoot him and hear him holler, I kept hearing him holler in my mind. So me dealing with that trauma, I felt like what I wanted to do, I don't want to put my family through anything else. And in my mind, I feel like me taking myself out the equation and just killing myself was better for them. As stupid as it may sound, but in my mind, in my thinking at that particular time, I thought I was doing them a favor because I didn't know how to deal with that traumatic event that just happened right then. So, I mean, and when I think about that, that's what caused me to have to go seek mental health, go seek a counselor. But when you're seeking someone to help you and talk to, you got to look at the individuals that prison has as psychiatrists to try to help you. Now, I'm on a Hispanic unit with most Hispanic homes. Everyone that's in most in the medical department is Hispanic. But they lack an experience to be able to cope with me and talk to me on my level of what I need from someone in that field to be able to address me on what I'm going on in my mind and what my feelings are going through because there's a form of depression that eats inside of you and anxiety. And if you have someone that can relate to you for as on a cultural level, there's going to be there's going to be blockage.
Right.
There's going to be a wall because they can't relate to you from where you at, and then they don't have the experience or the patience to be able to walk you through any type of steps that they can talk to. They feel like they're just doing something that ain't shooting you out the way, but they're not addressing that. They're addressing you on what you're going through at that particular time. You have to have qualified. You have to have qualified counselors. You have to have qualified individuals educational background, and you have to have someone that's really. I feel like that's culturally you that can relate to you on that on that ethnic identity because when you don't have that and they show a lack of interest in trying to give you the assistance that you need to be able to get through what you're going through at that particular time that you're going through it, then you're going to have a deficiency as far as the type of help you're going to be getting. So I look at that as well. And you have young men in here that went through traumatic experiences in their lives with their family or with whatever they had going through on the streets and they are not men, they still kids. A lot of them coming in here at 16, 17, and not even, you're not an adult until you're in your 20s, as they say. But then when you get locked up when you're a kid and you having this traumatic life event, and then you're in a stuck spot, and then not just that, you trying to medicate yourself with the drugs that's in there because there's a rampant of drugs in there. Okay, you're gonna have blind spots in your life where you feel like that nobody understands, that nobody cares about you, especially if you're outside of your family, you push your family away. Well, about what have you done to come to prison?
Right.
Because a lot of them come in there, they steal, they kill family members, they've done some traumatic things to family members, and the family don't want to mess with them, so they feel like they're gonna let the state raise them. So, and then you ain't got no family love, you ain't never experienced love in your life. You're gonna have those episodes where like, okay, well, my life means nothing. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. And I don't want to do this anymore. So that's the points of those things coming in your mind. And then you have people here jumping on people. You have people here getting raped. So when you have all these different type of things coming at you, and you're young, and you don't have a sense of your identity first of what it is that you being a man is, because you're not a man, you're still in the child state in your head.
Right.
You lack education. They lack the education because they probably never went to school. So them formulating any type of plan or idea of how to do things, they don't. So what they revert to is okay. They run. They listen to the voices in here because believe me, the voices are real.
Yes,
And
they are.
I just say that as I say, that's Satan. That's the agents of Satan that's talking to you, and
Yes.
they urges you to do things that you don't want to usually do if you have someone that knew or understands of what you're going through. So I
Right.
can relate to a lot of them, and that's why I put myself out there most of the time. And I have men in here that get mad at me because I help those that I feel are less fortunate to help themselves. I go out the way to help the people that's having drug addiction problems. I go out the way to talk to them. I go out the way to try to ease them through it. And you got men that say, you need to just let them get caught. No, why am I going to do that? What you worried about me the way I'm doing my time? You just can't worry about you. Yeah, because you allow them to do what they're doing, and you keep helping them, and they feel like they can depend on you to help them. Well, they can't depend on me.
And
Mind your
that's,
business. I'm minding mine. My business is doing what I want to do. I do what I want to do in here. Nobody tells me what to do.
you
If
know,
I want to help an individual, I feel like need my help, I'm gonna do it.
yeah, and I applaud you for that, because most people, to me, it seems like they they like to see other people downfall. They like to see you not in your right mind and stuff. So that gives them something to talk about, to just sit back and just laugh and talk, and and everything. Everything you just said, um, I totally agree with you. With the aspect of when you were saying about the ethnic groups and the therapists and stuff. I went to my doctor, and he was asking me, well, what's going on with you? And I was telling him, I said, well, I just lost my son. And he asked me, well, how do you feel about that? And and I'm just looking at him like, and I told him the first thing he wanted to do was put me on medication. And then and I told him, I said, I don't need no medication. And he was like, well, yes, you do, because you need to be able to cope. Okay, so you want to medicate me so I can be able to, I can function good. I drove here. I made my appointment. I'm just telling you what's wrong with me. You know what? I'm just, going through it. And he wasn't a black person. He was from another ethnic group. And I don't want to be medicated. I want to feel,
And you should be.
I want to feel, you know, and then I do want to go and talk to people, but I feel that my family is the one that I can really talk to, because if I get a therapist and stuff, I want somebody actually experience a loss of a child, that knows the feeling that um what I'm feeling. what I'm going through, because I feel that you can talk, that person can relate to me. I'm not looking for nobody to have a pity party with me. I don't want to be sitting there crying. I want to get, I want to start the healing process. I want to not feel like I on certain days that I'm gonna go jump off a building or something like that. Yes, I did have suicidal thoughts, but my faith in God and praying and stuff overcome that, because I know the voices. I know God's voice and I know Satan's voice. And I know them thoughts was coming from Satan. So I wouldn't have went that. But when you said the voices, oh, I know the voices because I heard them. You definitely, when you going through a traumatic stage phase, you will hear them voices. I heard them. During this time,
because you're vulnerable.
Yes, and
You're
you
vulnerable
and I see why some people, I follow this group on Facebook with mothers of parents that have lost children, and I see how if you constantly listening to Satan's voice, yeah, you're gonna go do something stupid, and you're gonna think that I'm gonna go be with my loved one. No, you ain't gonna be with your loved one. You going
miss that part.
Yeah, you gonna lift your eyes up in hell to tell the truth. So you got to, everything you said was right on the money. Was right on the money. And I appreciate that, you opening up about, even when you said about the suicide, even about your case and everything. When you want to come back and talk about that, we can talk about that on a different show. But
I want to add something to what you just said. Also,
go
ahead. Said that the first thing the doctor wanted to do, that he was not of your ethnic color. The first thing he wanted to do was medicate. You got to realize that most of them guys, or them doctors, they get a percentage out of the medication they prescribe to you, and there are side effects to the medication. The medication, it's gonna alter your thinking, and it debilitates your brain. It takes your intellect away. So if it's eating at your intellect, because what you're doing, you're band-aiding. And then when you band-aid with that medication, it takes other medication in order to regulate that medication. So what you're doing, you put yourself in a hole, and what they're doing, they're breaking down an intellectual, powerful individual that wasn't meant to be in that position. Satan attacks you on that level as well through other individuals. You don't need no medication. All you need is time.
Yes.
Time takes the point where you heal. You'll heal when you're ready, and God will still continue to bless you through your journey. But like I said, do it the way that you want to do it. Don't do it the way anyone else wants you to do it. Your life is built on your experiences and your challenges and journeys that you go through. This is a blessing, and God give us these blessings in order to uplift Him through all the experiences that we survive. That's how your testimony is built. You build your testimony about the things you survive in life, so you can be able to talk to other individuals about that.
Yes.
This is the first point. Cornel, can I call you back?
Okay. Yes. So it was good talking to you. If you wanna if you stay by, Cornel, and if you want to chime back in,
okay.
I would love for you to chime back in. Hey, co-host.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So you gonna call me back?
Yes, ma'am. Sure will. You coming back?
I'm coming back.
Okay.
I'm gonna just see if the lovely Queen Angela take us to
thank you for using a
commercial if she has the clip up. If not, we'll just sit here and we'll just talk. I really enjoyed talking to Casey. He said everything that that was right on the money. That was right on the money. Hey, Patrice. How are you? How are you feeling? we need to check on each other. We need to do a mental health check. That's my daughter coming in from work, and I think one of my grandsons is supposed to come in here because I hear him. I have 4 grandsons, and my daughter is here as well. It's a blessing to have them around me at this time. Going through this. I told you, come here, Josiah. Come here. Can you look in bend down for Granny? Can you look in the camera and tell everyone hi? Hi. Say hello. Can you say hello? Hello. Can you tell what's your name? What's your name? No, your name. What's your name? Josiah? Josiah. Okay. This is my grandson Josiah. He how old you supposed to be? 11? That's my daughter Maisha behind the screen too. I'm just blessed to have my kids with me. It's a blessing. Look at Josiah. That's and all my boys is taller than me. Wow. All except Tristan and little Kyler. You see Miss Angela? Miss Angela gonna come to California. Tell her to come on back to California. All right, Josiah. Yeah.
No.
Okay. And that was my grandson, Josiah. And my co-host is back. Hey, Cornel.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm back. Yes, ma'am. Of course.
And
thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I really appreciate you for getting KC to come and talk. He's an amazing person, and I really appreciate him. And anytime he want to come back and talk, he's more than welcome to
yes, ma'am,
come and talk. So now you have the floor.
Okay, ma'am. Well, basically, ma'am, myself, as far as me dealing with, issues related to stress and, mental issues, stuff like that, and me witnessing, other individuals dealing with this issue of mental, problems, ma'am. This is a very serious matter, ma'am, and that people need to take very seriously because, we have people in here committing suicide. I mean, actually committing suicide, taking their lives because they can't put up with the pressure of being incarcerated or being away from their family members or being, connected to negativity or for whatever the reason may be, ma'am. So, a lot of times people don't pay attention to what people are going through.
Right.
Sometimes all it takes is a gesture to say hello this morning or how you doing or shake a hand or, sit there and talk to somebody, because you'll never know what people are going through in this world. And everybody needs somebody in this world, ma'am, to be able to relate to be able to talk to feel needed. Because if people don't feel needed, they don't feel, worth anything. So, my point to that is that, I've always paid attention to other people and their issues. And I've always tried to find myself trying to understand what other people are going through. So that hopefully, I can, be able to relate to them and to be able to help them or give them a helping hand whenever I can.
Right.
And, with that being said, ma'am, I understand your emotions of going through what you're going through. A lot of times people think that people are not taking it serious. But this is serious because you feel exactly what you're going through. And sometimes people don't understand it. They say, oh, this can't be that emotional. Well, right. It is, man.
It's like somebody just went inside my chest and just grabbed my heart and it's just squeezing it. It's just I mean, that's how I feel right now. It's just like my heart is being squeezed, and it's like trying to be pulled up out of you, and you constantly fighting. It's with me. It's like I'm fighting every day. Every day, it's a fight for me. Ever since November 10th, 2023, I've been fighting, and but I have family. They're supporting me and friends that supported me to get through this, and I appreciate it, you know. So, people just don't, like you said, they don't understand, they think you're supposed to just snap up out of it. Like, okay, you don't threw the dirt over your child. He ain't here, just going and go, with the hardest part for me was um saying goodnight. I'm not gonna say goodnight. The closing the lid down. When I had to finally say my goodnight, when you fold the blanket or whatever it is, the cloth in on them, and then tuck the little blanket up to the little neck, and you tucking them in and stuff. When you saying goodnight, and you looking down at this, at at the remains, or at the lifeless body, the you looking at your child. Let me put it like that. And I'm gonna just go through the experience, and I'm tucking the blanket down in between him, and I'm looking at this beautiful face, and I'm rubbing his face, and and taking my hand across his eyebrows and stuff, and putting my hand on his face, and because I want to say goodnight properly to him. This is my moment. This is the last time I'm gonna actually see or touch something that I gave, this beautiful soul, because he was beautiful inside and out. Even though we may had our differences, my son was an amazing person. And just to go through that motion to say goodnight, that was the hardest part for me. That was the hardest part for me, to say goodnight to my son. After I said goodnight, I walked away, because now I'm in my own little bubble. I just needed to say that, Cornel, because it was just on me. Just saying goodnight was the hardest part to me. Even to actually see them put the casket inside that vault, and put that clean. You hear the top of it go down, and to see it lower down in the ground. Whew, I'm still in shock after seeing that, because I never thought that I would have to have to go through something like that. Yeah, with my child,
Yes, ma'am.
But I thank God for his strength, for strengthening me.
Okay.
I thank God.
Okay.
I thank God for my family, for my friends that stood by me. I love you guys. You know what, Cornel? I'm sorry. This is your time. I forgot. Go ahead.
No, ma'am. I'm listening to you. No, ma'am. You're doing great, ma'am. Because I want to just say this, ma'am. That, see, what you was just explaining, ma'am, was a moment in life. Every moment is a valuable moment. Every moment is a treasured moment with the person you love, your child, your kids, your husband, your family, your mother, your father. Every moment is valuable. Each time that you get a chance to say, I love you, or to touch their hand, to tuck them in at night, these are moments that you will never, ever in your life forget. So now when when they're going home to the Father, ma'am, you did great, ma'am. Just know this here. Let me just say this here before I go further. Ma'am, you did great as a mother, ma'am, raising your kids. And for whatever differences there is, man, guess what? They'll never take over all the good that you did for your kids. Never in this world. So be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself for what you did in raising your kids. Because every mother out there has a reason to be proud of themselves. Because there's a lot of mothers out there have done great by their kids. Whether their kids turn out bad or good, either way, man, they've done great by their kids because they brought them into this world. So with that being said, man, always be proud of yourself and know one thing. God sits high and he looks low. Because he know what you've done in your life, man.
Yes.
He know how much you love your kids. So just remember that. Now, as far as the moments, man, you're asking yourself why.
Yes.
That question will never be answered, man. You'll never get the answer to that question. Why? Because God chooses us when he's ready for us, man. And that's something we have to accept. We have to accept it, whether we choose to or not. And so regardless of how we choose to accept it, man, we have to stay strong for that individual. Because that individual is up there sitting high and looking low at us too, at how we choose to accept they're going to the Father, man. Everybody in this world has to go see the Father soon, man. Or later, man.
Yeah.
So you did great by raising your kids, man. And one thing we have to always know is that life is beautiful. We just have to see it that way. So every moment that you have on this earth to share with your kids, your family members, to tell them you love them is a very valuable moment. So always wake up in the morning and give a smile, a gesture. I love you, like anything, because it matters. It means a lot.
Yes, it does.
No matter if you're incarcerated for 34 years or 40 years or whatever, always know that life is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And that's where you at, man. With your son, he's in a better place, man, because guess what? Down here, a lot of people are suffering, man, so he's in a better place. Just know that.
Yes. So, wow, I don't even know what we're going to talk about, Cornel.
Man, we have talked about mental illness, man, and how people are suffering from depressions and stuff like this, from losing loved ones, or being away from a family during the holidays and stuff like this, man. It's very serious. Being away from my family members like me. I've been away from my family for a long time now, and I would love to be able to, touch my family, or be at home and watch them fix the Christmas tree and drink some, whatever we can, do to have fun, to be able to share these very valuable moments for the holidays, like just any day. So with that being said, man, yes, I get depressed sometimes, but I always find a way to try to find the strength that I need to stay strong, keep me from doing something that I know is not of me.
Right.
To take my life or anything like that. So, with that being said, I try to read my Bible and try to find a word of encouragement. Mrs. Angela had a show called Monday Motivation.
Yes, she does.
I never realized that a Monday motivation show that people can get motivated at just by hearing a word of encouragement. But ever since I realized that show is one that encourages people to to a word that can help them to put a smile on their face, I realize how important it is to be able to try to motivate somebody. So every day that I wake up, I always try to give a person a smile, a gesture, or something, just to say hello.
Yeah.
So with that being said, now everybody should take heed to motivating and encouraging somebody to stay strong in this world. Everybody is going through something.
Yes, and that's what people fail to realize. We are all human. We actually, we are brothers and sisters, but we are just in different families. When our name is called, we will see each other. We in a whole new light. It's just dealing down here on this these earthly bodies and stuff. I'm just starting to mumble. I don't know. Sometimes when I get a lost words, or I just start zoning out because I just just start just talking about stuff.
But you're beautiful, man. You're beautiful. You're a very strong person, man. You're a very powerful, influential person, man, who's very strong, man. You're very encouraging. You're outspoken, man. And believe me, we love to hear what you have to say, man.
I never was outspoken. I was never outspoken.
You may not think you are, but let us be the judge of that, God, because you are a very outspoken person because you're down to earth. You say what's on your heart. You're not scared to speak out about what you feel, man, and that's what makes you so unique. Any individual who's outspoken and original, man, it makes them very unique. Why? Because you say what you mean and you mean what you say, man. So that makes you very unique as a person. So when it comes to, going through your moments, man, we have to give you your space. Everybody needs their space. And that's what we do. But I always find a way to check in on you, man, because I understand.
Yeah, you do.
I try to anyway. And a lot of people may not. Even for those who don't, they even go through something too, man. And they want somebody to understand their situation.
Right.
So everybody has to always find a way to tap into somebody, some way, somehow, to try to understand what it is that they may be going through.
And
everybody in this world is going through something.
When I just hear you guys names when you know how to record and you say your name, it's something like, wow, they thinking about me. First thing, like Mr. Legate, he would come on, hey sis, how you doing today? I was thinking about you, and and we'd talk, and then we'd start talking about his case, and then he'd stop talking, and he'd go back to just making sure that I'm okay, and with you, you call me and you say, hey sis, you okay? And I say, yeah. Are you sure? Like, okay, so we fin now you finish the question. I said, yeah, I'm okay.
Yes,
but it's I really love hearing from you guys, especially knowing that you guys is doing well and that you're okay. That'd be one of my worry when I'm thinking, like, or I'd be wondering, hey, is he okay? It ain't like I can pick up the phone and call you, but I can send you a note, and I love when you guys respond right back. Then I know that hey, okay, he's good. I'm just checking in on you. But we have 9 minutes, and I'm gonna let you first. I'm gonna say what I need to say, then I'm gonna let you end it because I got grandkids here. Oh my God, I'm gonna have all of them starting tomorrow. Jeremiah, Kyler, Josiah, which you guys just seen, and my little Tristan, all of them gonna be here with me on Thursday. My daughters is gonna be here. I am so excited, and of course, with me, I just wanted to kick back and just relax because my girls is grown. I wanted them to do the cooking. Found out today that's not happening. I'm doing the cooking. They done dropped off everything over here, so they putting me to work. I just want you guys to be thankful for what you got. Every little moment in life is precious. Love on your family members. A lot of families at this time, oh, I don't talk to that person. I can't stand that person. But when that person is gone, you can't go back and you can't ask for forgiveness. You can't settle your differences that you have. Settle it now. Life is too short to hold on to grudges and stuff. Life is too short. I witnessed that because I was talking to my son, and 3 hours later he was gone, just like that. Life is a vapor. I mean, just love on each other's during this Thanksgiving. Be thankful. If somebody don't eat, mess up the potato salad, just smile, put it to the side, and then what we do, throw it in the trash, or try to help them out, or if you really don't know how to fix a recipe or something, you can always go on Google, YouTube, Google it, call a family member, call a friend. Hey, we reach out to somebody, or just don't cook at all. You can always go to the store and buy paper plates, buy them stuff so people keep the conflict down during the dinner, and the people that like to take to go plates, take your own containers, your own foil, and your own paper plate. And don't take a lot. Just a little. Okay. That's my take. And from my house to your house, happy Thanksgiving. I love you guys. Now I'm gonna pass it on over to Cornel. But before I pass it to him, drink your water. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Stay in your lane. Go ahead, Cornel.
Okay.
It's yours.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Miss Angela, for having us on tonight, man, for, allowing us this opportunity to be able to, share a moment about, mental issues, mental health, depressions, and stuff like that. Thank you very much. And with that take, I would like to say that anyone who's suffering from mental illnesses or mental depressions or, anxieties or whatever, always trying to find a way to get stronger. Always trying to find a way to understand what it is that you're going through. Because you can believe other people are going through some of the same issues that you're going through. And with that being said, there's always somebody who can help you get through what it is you're going through. All you have to do is open up and allow people to help you. Because if you don't, how can they understand? Can't nobody understand what I'm going through if I don't allow people to understand. I understand that a lot of people are isolated and set in their ways and stuff like that they may not want other people to know what it is that they're going through, but everybody in this world is going through something. So with that being said, if you're going through anything in this world, always allow yourself to allow somebody into your circle. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a brother or sister, always allow somebody into your circle that you can confide in and talk to about whatever it is you're going through. Never take the last result. Why? Because the last result is something that you can't reverse. You cannot reverse committing suicide. You cannot do it. But you can reverse listening to me tell you that it's going to be all right. And when I tell you it's going to be all right, please know that it's going to be all right. Why? Because I know a man named Jesus. And Jesus will give you all the strength that you can use in this world to keep you strong and to keep you focused and to keep you ready for another day, should he choose to give you that day. So if tomorrow comes, for everybody, always know this. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good.
Yes, he
so
is.
Stay strong. For everybody, please, and have a happy holiday. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much for listening in to this show tonight, and we welcome you back soon. And like my co-host said, come next year we will have a different platform, and guess what? You will be the first to know what it is, and we will be there. So please be there. So thank you, Mrs. Angela, for having us on tonight and allowing us this opportunity to be able to come on and share these moments. And thank you, Mrs. Shanette, for allowing us this opportunity to be able to share this moment tonight together, as always. I appreciate you, ma'am, okay?
And on that note, we see you guys on December 2nd. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. Sending you lots of love from Let's Talk.